In this NUAGE tutorial video, we're going to talk about how to use the cut, copy, and paste functions on the master unit. Now, in a couple of previous tutorials, we've talked about the two modes of selecting, the object selection mode and the range selection mode. But once you have your audio or events, objects, what have you, selected, then you can use the cut, copy, and paste functions right here on the master unit. So this is how it works. So let's select an object here. Once the object is selected, you can either cut it or copy it. If you cut it, obviously it disappears. If you copy it, then it's held in the clipboard memory, so it can be pasted somewhere else. Now, if I just move the cursor back to here and hit paste, it is going to paste that audio event at the cursor position. Now, the thing to notice here is that it pastes the beginning of the event at the cursor position. It's not pasted where the cursor was when it was copied. Okay, so let me show it to you again here. If we select this event and we're somewhere in the middle, we've copied the event, and then let's say we go down to the third track here and paste it there. Notice how it's offset. This one was pasted at the cursor position, whereas the original was copied with the cursor somewhere in the middle of the audio event. That's the key thing to remember. Now, in range select mode, let's go to range select. I have this blue selection right here, the A selection. Now I'm going to cut that selection, and then I'm going to paste it onto the third track. So I'm up here. I am going to cut it. Now I'm going to go to the third track and paste it. Now notice, in this case, the audio is pasted at the exact same time because it's referencing the actual range selection itself, not the position of the cursor, but the range selection. So let's look at that again. If we go back up to the first track, I've selected some audio. I'm going to cut it. And now I'm going to go down to the third track, paste it again. It's pasted at the exact same position. If I cut that audio from here and go make a new selection with the A range and then paste the audio, it's going to paste it in that new location. And it'll paste the entire amount of the clipboard. Even though I only had a small amount selected, if I just select just a little bit of time here and paste this data there, it's going to paste the entire clipboard there. It's bigger than the selection I had. Okay, so now this gets a little bit more interesting when we have the A selection and the B selection. We were talking about a 4-point editing model. If you're familiar with that, this is how that might work. My A selection is up on the top track. You can see it right there. The B selection is down here on the second track in a different time. It's not at the same place. So watch what I can do now. I can cut the audio, switch to the B selection, and paste it. That can happen very quickly. So now I'm just going to cut, range select, and paste. So now by hitting 3 buttons very fast, I can do this 4-point edit in really no time at all. This can be a handy method for taking audio from one track and pasting it to another track at the same time. So if I have the audio here in the top track, and I cut it, switch to the third track, and paste it, I have just moved it down 2 tracks very quickly. Now, I'm selecting tracks using the fader unit. So when you combine the fader unit with the master unit, editing takes on a little bit different sort of vibe. It's a little bit different methodology, different workflow. It can be very, very fast and efficient. So let's try that again. So I'm going to cut, switch the second track, and paste. That's pretty fast. Just a couple of button pushes, and I've moved the audio down a track. I could do it again. I could cut, go to the third track, and paste. So it makes it pretty easy to do that sort of thing. With the object selection mode, I can take an object, copy it, and paste it multiple times on the timeline if I want. That's one handy thing about object selection. If I went down a track and pasted it there, I can paste it at that position, or I can go to the third track and paste it at a different position, that sort of thing. So you can see that these two different editing models, the range edit and the object edit model, give you a lot of variety in the way you can manipulate audio just with simple cut, copy, and paste. There's a lot of different things you can do. With the range selection A and B, you have an effective 4-point editing model built in just to the range tool itself. And then the object selection tool gives you the ability to paste entire groups of events together. So we'll take a look at how to move audio, selected audio, in one of the next tutorials. So we'll see you there.